Hey! Oh, yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Dylan using a weed
There were some guys running chainsaws across the street yesterday, and I was thinking,
Oh, did it make you nostalgic? We haven't potted in a while.
we haven't done it in a while.
Been a minute.
It's like the only sense of consistency I have in this life of mine.
iTunes listeners will note that I was delinquent posting the pod to iTunes for 3.5 days.
Wow,
week.
I'm surprised we haven't heard this from Savage.
Yeah, she listens to the YouTube version because she likes seeing us.
Oh, nice. Grandma.
Like, her comments are always obvious that she watched the YouTube videos. Like the last one that we did. I get
There's
a
a
text
lot
message.
of please, so fuzzy.
Yeah, she's like, Bizzle, are you wearing your Invisalign in the latest podcast? I was like, why, did you hear it?
That's right. What's been going on in everyone's lives?
Are you wearing 7 necklaces right now?
I always do.
Oh. Well,
I
actually,
never
one is
choose
headphones.
between them. Oh yeah, and then one of them is headphones. But I always wear 2 necklaces.
Also, did you get a new microphone?
No.
Also, are you drinking from a cauldron? What is
Yep.
it?
It's a cauldron.
That is the most gigantic pool. Is that a kiddie pool? Did you steal Leah's kiddie pool?
Yep, and it's full of really dark black bitter coffee.
Can
And I'm
we
so
all
happy.
agree that if we open a coffee shop, we will call it the Coffee Cauldron?
Yeah.
Yes. The baby pool. We'll just call it the baby pool.
Or we could just name it the Haldron, the coffee Haldron.
But then make it Muslim.
Yeah, the halal
The
Haldron.
halal.
The halaldron. And we'll greet everyone by saying hello.
Hello. Would you like some chala? I guess it's a different. That wouldn't be good.
I mean, we would 100% have Yammer Yager's parfaits.
Oh, absolutely. Yammer Yager's
Who doesn't want to
pretty
start their
good.
day with a lovely Yammer Yager? Oak, are you wearing a choker?
Negative. What
Oh,
am I?
there-
Oh,
it's a
I have
shadow.
some headphones
It's a shadow.
from earlier.
Oh, okay. It's like you guys are wearing such brilliant neck gear, and all I brought was the dirt that forms in the folds of my neck creases.
Bizzle, I
Yeah.
imagine you sleeping in the room that you podcast from. I imagine
so,
that's where you live and where you sleep.
So our VP of sales was perched in here yesterday, and she has these 2 dogs that she doesn't ever bathe. They kind of look like Toto from Wizard of Oz, but they're so greasy. They just look like they have not been washed. And she named them Prada and Tori, so they're designer labels, but they were in this room the whole day, so the whole day smells like dirty dog ass.
That's gross. I would have hives. That shit gives me hives.
And it's the only place I can record from, so I'm sacrificing my health and well-being to be in
Thank
this
you.
pod.
Yeah, I just have a bunch of asbestos in my room, so samesies. I just bought some, and it's really cheap. So I think
Asbestos? They practically giving it away.
they're practically giving it away, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I signed up for a deal. It was cool.
Yeah, I get jealous of everyone's summer plans and those mesothelioma commercials on TV at night.
Right.
I'm not doing enough. I'm not going to the beach. I'm not getting lung
Not getting
cancer.
enough
Mesothelioma.
I know, it's true. And then before you know it, it's going to be September. And it won't even matter anymore.
Won't even matter. On an unrelated note, if you guys look at the Coming In Sideways Twitter feed, I posted a link to a video of Leah smashing a birthday cake.
Is the banjo music in it?
Yes.
Cool. It does increase the sense of urgency.
Check that out after the
Yeah,
pod.
Liz shared the photo. Leah did not leave cake for any of the other attendees at this party.
No, she did smash some cake into my face though.
She did. She was good about feeding you. She's like, fine, I know I have to do this for the pictures. Eat this, Dad.
Well, she
this.
only fed you after she made sure that her eyebrows were covered in blue frosting. She goes, if there's enough after this makeover that I'm giving myself.
The
yeah, I can have it."
combination of red, white, and blue frosting in her face ended up creating mauve. It was just a light pink.
Turns
From
out
chin
that,
down.
that food coloring causes alarming poops in babies.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
I can't share this on public because it's not my kid, but I have to send you guys a photo, and I want your reactions. I'm going to send it to you right now. My friend had a kid, and he looks exactly like me, and he behaves like me. He's like 5 months old. But she posted this picture yesterday in a photo stream. You guys are not going to believe this. Keep talking, and then when you get it, I want your instant reactions. Just tell me this does not remind you of me and what I'm doing right now.
Did Leah sleep after her birthday?
Yeah, she did, but she was in some. She was not. I think she had a little bit of a tummy ache. It was poor parenting to let her eat that much cake.
Yeah, you gotta like
Seemed
whatever.
cute at the time, but we definitely should have taken it away from her about 10 minutes in.
Yeah. I just got this picture.
Where am I looking for this?
Your text.
Text.
So this is great pod, I gotta say. The listener is like,
Yeah.
these guys are fucking texting each other pictures that I can't see, and then going dead air while they talk about. Oh my god! Oh honey.
It's like on his tits. It like went.
So to the listener, I'm gonna describe. It looks like this poop like sprayed up the front of the diaper. I mean, I'm sure it's sprayed in all directions. But there's like green, sort of algae-looking poop. This baby with a really sad face, like really looking sad, with his onesie all like crinkled up around his middle, and then like green-brown poop like sprayed all up his stomach.
And it does look a lot like Byram, like remarkably so.
I feel like Byram. I feel like you've woken up from some Jags, like looking.
Yeah.
One though. I actually was at a restaurant last night, and I had to excuse myself to use the bathroom. So I'm fasting for Ramadan, which means that the moment I eat dinner at night,
Oh yeah.
instantly have to go to the bathroom. It's troubling when I'm not at home. If I'm eating dinner at home, I'm fine. But like last night, I was at a restaurant, and if you've never been to a restaurant and you don't know what their bathroom situation is like, it could kind of be like stressful. So the restaurant that I go to, the bathroom's downstairs. It's like, okay, good, because the worst is when you're in a restaurant and the bathroom is right off of the dining area.
Oh.
People are usually waiting, and they can see from their table that you just came out. This was like hidden in the bottom, and we were the last people at the restaurant, so it was nice. And I go in there, and I was quick. I was like, I'm in and out because I don't want to be in here long. And because it was the restaurant was closing, it was like after 11 p.m. and they had the like employees who had been like cleaning up and stuff. I guess they were getting ready to go home. And these two Hispanic men came into the bathroom, and in heavy Spanish accents, one goes, "Oh my God!" and they just immediately left the bathroom.
Well done.
But I was in there so quickly and like courtesy flushed, and they literally were so like repulsed by what they walked into, and then I was like, I felt kind of like proud, but also like really self-conscious.
That's a lot of control you had over those guys' day.
Yeah, and then the most awkward thing was they were standing outside the bathroom when I came out, so I like looked at them and smiled. Yeah, they're like, "You fat white devil."
Fist bumped him.
Yeah. Yesterday at work, my restaurant's pretty small. There's only like one-hitter bathroom, and it's like a fried chicken restaurant. So like if people aren't like used to that type of food, like it could be a disaster. So yesterday at work, it was really busy, and all of a sudden this like teenage girl comes up to me. She was like definitely like awkward, and was like, your toilet's broken. And I was like, oh fuck, like this is not something I can deal with right now. I don't know what to do. My manager's not here. And I was like, okay, well try jiggling the handle, and then like walked away. It was like tantamount to telling her to clear her cookies so I could like go do something else. And she comes back like a little bit later, and she's like starting to look really panicked, and she's like, the handle broke off the toilet. And I'm like, oh shit.
As you can imagine, I'm very alarmed. So I wriggled the shit out of the handle.
Exactly. I tried what you said, and it really did not work out in my favor. And I'm like,
I gotta hurry back so I can't. So to not let anyone else in the bathroom because.
Right, because I'm sitting here probably with like a fucking toilet full of poop that won't flush. I just like imagine I'm like in the situation before, and I was like, fuck, I'm sorry, I feel so bad for you, but like there's literally nothing I can do. And then of course all of her younger siblings at this point, it's like this family of 8. Now all of her younger siblings also need to go to the bathroom. So it's like this fucking cacophony of little kids clustered around a bathroom that like isn't working, and the restaurant is full. I was like, this is so good, so good.
Dude, that's brutal.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I feel like at some point, somebody needs to get in there with a plunger.
Yeah. And it was my manager. This is what restaurant managers do. These like beautiful little girls get put on fucking rubber gloves and are fucking plunging shit out of toilets. If you ever like think like the job of a restaurant manager is like glamorous in any way, it's fucking not. You're just plunging shit out of toilets.
Have I on the show told the story of the most brutal bathroom cleanup that I've ever done? Byron,
I
have
mean-
you heard the story?
No, but were you the one who had to clean it, or were you the one who perpetrated it?
I was the one who had to clean it. So let me
You would be. I would be the one who fucked up your bathroom, and
Right.
then you would tell the story about
let me set the stage
Yeah. That's
for the listener. It was the summer of 2000 and something, and we had
2000 and
had
drunk.
an epic all-time jag at our house out in the woods.
There was
Earlier
a
that
garbage
day-
can fire, guys. A garbage can fire.
I had 2 jobs, and earlier that day, I had been politely relieved of duty on the first job for being too drunk from the night before to drive or interact with human beings.
He was
Quick question.
attempting skateboard tricks in front of the chief of police. Shit.
Anyway,
Question.
that's
Was
not
it-
even.
Was your first job Video Struga?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I was a parking lot attendant at the Video Strudel. And
gonna be our
so
pastry
anyway, so that was not, but that's not even the story. So I go to my second job, which is at a sports bar, and I'm a fry cook there. And I get there, and by this time, you know how like the day after drunkenness like wears off into the like worst, most heinous fear and loathing of all time.
Oh.
So I'm right at this state, frying all night. It was horrible. At the end of the night, the owner comes in and is like, Oakley, I need your help with something. So I go into the bathroom, and what had happened was a gentleman sitting at the bar had eaten what was called a Grand Slam, which was like a lobster, half a chicken, and a steak, and all the sides and whatnot, while shit-faced, and proceeded to unload in reverse all of the food in the sink, across the wall, in the urinal, and then across the other wall. Like, really marginally digested, like, lots of chunks, and it was a small bathroom, so, like, the smell was like a frying pan in your face. It was like having, like, somebody had boiled a bucket of puke and soaked a rag in it and, like, slapped it over your mouth and nose.
Oh my god!
So I walk in there.
As you said that, I felt a wet rag hit my face. It was like so visceral.
And I had the worst hangover. I really like thought I just was like, maybe I'll just not do this and kill myself.
Yeah.
So, but I did do it. I put on rubber gloves and was scooping the chunks of like masticated fucking lobster
Fuck
and chicken
that.
out of the urinal. It was the worst. It was the worst. And the smell like never went away for the rest of the night. They even though I cleaned it all up, they had to keep the bathroom closed. It was so fucking heinous. Mopping the wall.
Did it ever occur to you to just quit that job?
Yeah.
It did. I did. But like,
You were dating Jamie Dimitri at the time. That was her dad's bar. You were dating the owner's daughter.
well, yeah, there was that. But but in my weakened state, like, you know, when you're a hangover, you just are like pliable, like you can't stand up for yourself. You're just like too shattered, like in your soul to.
Yeah.
So you just
Yeah.
do whatever people tell
You
you.
do it because you deserve it. That's why you do fucking fucked up shit like that when you're super hungover. That's why I take the bus. To punish myself.
Your story reminds me of freshman year of college. I lived in the basement of my dorm, and there were 3 or 4 rooms on that floor. We called it the pit, and we had our own bathroom. So we were below the first floor, and we had a bathroom with just 1 stall, 1 urinal, and a couple of showers for like 12 of us to share. And I lived in a quad with 3 other guys, and one of the guys invited these like horse-looking girls to our room on a Friday night for a case race. So we're all like pounding beers, and one of the girls was like, I'm ordering Chinese food. And there was a place in, I think it's Newton or somewhere around there, called Hoi Hing, which is like the grossest, greasiest Chinese food. And she ordered about like whatever the largest container is of pork fried rice, and she's just sitting there crushing beers, and she looks like a guy. Her name, her name, I'm not even sure. Her name was Liz.
I mean, they always are.
I'm
unsurprised.
Liz, like,
I'm surprised it wasn't Liz Dolezal.
So she's crushing pork fried rice, crushing beers, and we just knew this was like a recipe for disaster. She was, maintaining that she needed something greasy to kind of like soak up the alcohol. Anyway, she goes and blows chunder in our bathroom, which all of us have to share, and she does it in the sink. And it was just vile, right? So she doesn't bother cleaning it up. Her girlfriends take her home or whatever, and I tell my roommate, I was like, yo, you got to go take care of that, because we're fucking, first of all, not supposed to be drinking. It's obvious someone puked from drinking. So how are we going to resolve this? Because no one can use the sink. Well, no one's cleaning it, and no one's alerting like facilities for like a day that it needs to be cleaned. So I'm using the bathroom on the first floor to like shit, shower, and shave. And then my roommate goes the next day, like after class, he goes, I took care of it. Like, we're all good with the bathroom or whatever. And all he had done was like scoop out the vomit, and then he had Nautica cologne. It was like such an old man smelling cologne. And he had like sprayed it on all the walls. So you just walk in there, and it just smelled like fucking like a Daddy Yankee concert where everyone threw up and shat diarrhea. And we couldn't tell anyone that this happened in the bathrooms. We had to continue using that bathroom with that smell. There was like no ventilation because we were in the basement. I swear, I think the whole semester it smelled like that.
That's like exactly what my Subway stop smells like. Like fucking old puke masked with Nautica cologne. It's amazing. Oh man, that was a gross 15 minutes, guys. I'm proud of us.
Right, and for anyone that's still listening, there definitely isn't anyone that's still listening.
No,
we will press on with further pod.
Guys, I have a story I want to tell you. It's like a pretty quintessential Bean story. So I have moved to New York in order to like pursue stand-up comedy, and there are certain, it's recommended to like find some comics that you like really like, and like find out where they're doing shows and like follow them and like see them perform and like blah blah blah, and then potentially connect with them. So I went to high school with one like pretty famous stand-up comic who actually I find lives right in my neighborhood. He like goes to the coffee shop that I work. It's like the sister restaurant of where I work, and so he's like around all the time. And so I'm like, perfect. This is a perfect opportunity for me to like kind of reintroduce myself to him and like make a connection, and like he could potentially like give me some pointers and like blah blah blah. It's like sweet. So this guy that works at the coffee shop and I were chatting, and he's like, oh, do you know like blah blah blah? And I was like, basically meaning do you know of him? And I was like, oh yeah, we actually went to high school together. And he was like, oh my god, wow, that's so cool, like did you know him? And he like got really into it, so I was like kind of embellished on like my relationship with him and was like, oh yeah, like we're both from like the same place, we used to carpool back and forth to like whatever together. And he's like, oh, that's really cool.
I'm not going to interrupt you, but I just imagine this, you're sitting there and just crushing coffees as if they're like martinis, and fast forward and you're like, and our kids are friends, and we carpool to soccer on the weekends. My husband loves him.
This is exactly it.
Inside screaming, why am I saying this?
Why am I still fucking talking? Because I can't just stop talking. I can't just be like, yep. Like, I just like continue like winding this tale. So
you're like, yeah, I do know him. And yes, I wore this shirt yesterday, okay?
Yeah.
It's still clean.
Yeah, exactly. I know, my jeans, like I didn't wash my jeans. The lady at the store told me not to wash them. She said you can put them in the freezer and it kills the bacteria. So then, like a couple days later, the dude that works at the coffee shop comes up to me and he's like, so I saw like blah 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 this morning, and he's like, I asked him about you, and he does not. I said your name a bunch of times. It's Liz Hall, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's weird. Like he didn't like know who I was, or that's So I spent the next 3 hours sort of melting and like waiting for the police to show up with like a restraining order and realizing that I need to just stop talking.
You were like, wait, did you say Lee's Hall?
Yeah, like, that was like the Swedish exchange student. I never know. Like, I personally didn't carpool with him. I was like getting into like the, I was just. The coffee shop guy came by later, and I was like, I have to tell you something. And I just like, he was like, bitch, you're crazy. So that's
awesome.
Good. I know, yeah, good news.
It would have been worse if you had been like using your comedian connection to like get free stuff. You're like, yeah, we're boys, and he's like, all right, here, have a muffin today, and then it's been on for like weeks, and then he's like, you bitch,
yeah.
You don't know him.
You're such a fraud. It really is.
That's awesome.
You're like, but one last brand muffin. Let me tell you about the time that I rode a bus with Kathy Najimy. No.
Yeah.
You're not welcome here.
Right. Russell Peters once DJ'd at a club after I'd performed there. And it was months after, but whatever. You guys know who Russell Peters is, right? I have a comedy show coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pod members will be in attendance. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is auspicious as fuck. I'm really nervous.
It's like a Blue Plate special comedy show. It's at like 3 p.m. It's
you guys
early.
Should we broadcast just like set up a microphone and like broadcast it? Would that be weird?
That would be amazing.
Can you like possibly do that? I mean, just like set it up at a table nearby. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, surely you know how to integrate a microphone into a welder's mask for Liz to wear on stage, so we can live stream this.
I love that
wait,
idea.
you should do it. Have you ever used what the hell's it called? The thing Periscope.
Oh no, is that cool?
Oh, we should figure out how to use that.
Yeah, we should.
Well, you have to have followers. So if we downloaded it now, we wouldn't even have followers to watch it.
So I was like testing it out and like randomly like periscoping Leah, thinking that like maybe my family would see it or something, and a bunch of fucking randos jumped on it.
That's what I've heard about it, is that it's like it's hard to curate who sees what you put up there.
Well, if you just are like doing a comedy show, then it's good.
Right, that's what I want. Yeah, exactly, that's true. All right.
Okay, I'll try to periscope your
thing
tomorrow, and we'll see if it works.
Cool. This is going to be fun. I'm really excited. For the listeners, potentially, it's a show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at the Stand Up New York, which is on West 78th Street. It's like 314 West 78th Street. And Savage, just show up whenever. That's cool. David said he wouldn't put me on until you got there. So.
David, Hispanic Buddha neck.
I made a joke about that last night at the Thunder Jackson's, but I don't think he heard me. He always this is why he's so bullshit, because my girlfriend really likes her. That's a backhanded compliment. And he always leaves when I'm on stage.
Really?
He walks out. Yeah, I think he goes and smokes weed.
Well,
not to smear anybody's like untarnished reputation here, but like nobody's fucking listening.
Yeah, he comes to class. So you're only allowed 3 absences, and being late counts as an absence. So his first 2 classes, the first one he left early, second one he got there late. So he's got to be on like great behavior for the next 5 classes.
Yeah.
And so we're also the 2 biggest people in our class, and we sit together in these like tiny chairs in the back of the room. I'm just waiting for like the chairs to give out and for us to both just like drop to the ground.
That would be the best moment of improv comedy that has like ever happened.
And he always like, I'm like super, because our teacher is not someone who has like she's not like a friendly person. She's like very by the book, as like a lot of people that you meet in improv are. Like you expect them to be a lot more like Amy Poehler-ish, and they're not. They're kind of like really insecure people who are like so like they don't see the humor in anything, which is just, it doesn't make sense that they're doing what they're doing, right? So she's called him out on texting before, but he's the type of person who's oblivious to that, so he'll like start conversations while she's like explaining something. I'm always like the person who like, I don't want to be rude to him, but I also don't want her to see me, so I'm like kind of like talking out of the side of my mouth and like smiling and nodding at everything she's saying.
Right.
So in class on Saturday, he goes, you're around on Thursday, right? Because we're doing the show. And he goes, your girl Liz is going to be on there. He's like, she's so great, man. As long as I have shows, she's going to be on them. My girl loves her. She thinks she's the best. She, like, cracks up whenever Liz is on stage. And I was like, oh, great. Like, I'm excited to hear that. And then I sent Liz a text message telling her this. And she goes, I don't trust that Hispanic Buddha neck. He looks like he's Buddha.
He looks like the Hispanic Buddha. It's weird. He's a fucking great person to run an open mic, though, because he, like, buys people in the bar shots to make them come sit and watch the comedy show, which is, like, that's, like, a huge move.
That's awesome.
It's, like, it actually really works, and it's cool. He, like, the open mic, and he doesn't, like, promote it as an open mic. He promotes it as, like, a show. He has people, like, out on the sidewalk, like, inviting people, like, into the show. So there's actually an audience at this open mic that, like, really wouldn't be an open mic, so it's cool. Yeah. I'm sure that he'll be, like, handing out lots of drinks tomorrow night. Oak, look forward to that.
Can't wait.
I know.
Club soda for me. Make
exactly. It's a 2-drink minimum. I'm like brainstorming what you can order. Like a soda water. I guess you don't necessarily.
I mean, they sell like expensive seltzer, right? Like,
oh yeah, and you love expensive seltzer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But it's better than sharp stick in the eye. Maybe coffee.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'll be really tired by then.
Yes, that's true. It's gonna be a very late night for you.
Well, the first open mic that you did with him, there was a 2-drink minimum, and I was there, and it's Ramadan, so I wasn't even drinking water.
Oh, wow.
And so I just got waters, and then I gave them to Jen to take home because I didn't open them.
Yeah, they're not, like, stringent or strict about it, so whatever. It's more just like a thing. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's going to be a fun show. And the new Stand Up New York is a really cool looking club. It's like the kind of thing where I'm like just excited for people to like take pictures of me on stage because it'll be like a good Facebook photo. I take comedy really seriously, guys. Yeah.
Well, you know what we should do then? Because sometimes maybe I'm thinking about like maybe we should bring like an actual camera to take a picture of you because sometimes with your phone, you can either take like a picture of the person but not the background, or the background and not the person.
Oh, I've hired photographers, and the paparazzi's going to be there. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem is that in taking pictures in comedy shows, I think, is it's super dark.
It is.
So it's hard to take a picture.
Yeah, but we can bring like one of those like giant like attachable flashes and just like
that won't be a problem.
Like Liz while she's on stage.
That won't be a problem at all.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I don't have one of those, but I could bring a backpack full of flashlights.
That's just
Excuse me, sir, can I check your bag? No.
That sounds like a white trash like description for like doing something happy. Oh, that's just like a backpack full of flashlights. Oh my God, that boy does look like a backpack full of flashlights.
Well, bless his soul, came into this diner like a backpack full of flashlights.
Oh, good times, good times.
Did you guys know that it's Amazon Prime Day?
What's that mean?
It means you're supposed to get big discounts on stuff if you're an Amazon Prime member. Although,
is that something to do with the date? Because like a Prime number, or is it just
it's
arbitrary?
Yeah, it's just arbitrary.
Shit, I ordered something on Prime like 3 days ago. That sucks. I didn't know.
Well, I don't think it's not discounting everything.
Are you gonna come up with some hot discounts for things? Can we get a bubble mower? I feel like it would be so fucking cute to see you two like mowing the lawn near each other.
I know, and I'd love it, except Amy would have me arrested if I turned on the lawnmower with her.
Yeah, like side by side with Leah.
Right. Oh, it's so cute. Her tiny feet are inches away from the mower blade.
Yeah. What are those?
That you can get a car charger for your phone, or dry erase markers are a really good deal.
Cool.
A label maker.
Oh, I do love a label maker.
I have one. It's really nice.
That is such a funny, like, my life is in such fucking shambles right now. I just think it would be like, my computer is perched on a pile of books. I am sleeping on an inflatable mattress. And I just imagine, like, getting a label maker and, like, labeling all the, like, shambles that my life is. Broken chair.
Right. Broken spirits.
Right.
Just like wear it on your shirt.
Ceramic hand that I couldn't sell. Oriental rug number 23.
And then as you get more more involved in this, the descriptions get a lot longer and
Yeah,
tabs.
right.
So you're like heaving alabaster bosom fashioned after Jennifer Tilly.
Christmas decorations from 2015. Never on display.
Easter ham 2017.
Cricket farm. I'm sorry, listener. This is really bad.
Do you guys want to do some picks? You guys have any
Um,
picks that you want to share?
I think Liz's pick was Cricket Farm.
I think it was Cricket Farm. I have another pick. My pick is Walker Hayes. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose, but like I am like a cricket cultivator. Anyway, Walker Hayes, she's a hilarious comedian. She's going to be on the show on Thursday night. I saw her perform recently, and I felt deeply in love with her. So, Walker Hayes, the comedian.
My pick this week is a YouTube video that I just loved, and it was this girl kicking the shit out of a bunch of dudes. Like,
Yeah.
they're like wrestling in the park, and she's obviously knows jiu-jitsu, and she just works over a bunch of like teenage dudes, and it's great.
That's awesome.
I just tweeted it out on the link, but you guys should check it out.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at this right now.
What else? What am I reading these days? I'm reading a sort of depressing book called On Killing.
Ooh.
What the hell's the guy's name? Anyway, it's a book about like the psychological ramifications of like killing in combat. It's pretty sad. I mean, it's not sad. I mean, a lot of it's technical. The author is Dave Grossman. But it's a great book. It's like really insightful, and it goes a lot into how we put people in a tough position when sending them to war because our whole culture is built around like creating a revulsion around killing our own species and putting people in a position where they do it, and like how over the like centuries we've been able to like train people up to be able to do it, but like early on, like in a lot of wars, like a substantial percentage of people like in war like wouldn't fire their weapons or like wouldn't, they just wouldn't hurt anybody because it was against everything they just couldn't do it. There was like a gut visceral reaction against it, and how we've sort of trained people to overcome that, and the like the implications of that on people's like psyches. So it's good, but grim.
Grim. I read a book that I actually borrowed from Amy. I think it's about it's called something about the curious life of the human cadaver. I can't remember what the first word is.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Amy talking about that.
Yeah, it's great, and it just is like kind of an honest, frank discussion on like death and like how fucking weird our culture is about death, and I don't know, just to like piggyback on like the idea of death and killing. I don't know. It's a good book. I don't know the author, and I don't even know the full title, so I just wasted 15 seconds. You're welcome.
You got Italian.
Yeah.
Keeping on the topic of death and dying, my pick of the week is ISIS. Hey guys.
Ooh, controversial.
Ooh, not nicest.
That's a controversial pick of the week.
I can't believe Not Nicest has not caught on yet. It's been about like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
Is there not a hashtag not nicest?
I mean, I have hashtags and everything.
Guys, I just realized that we have been potting for over a year and a half.
For over 40 minutes.
For over a year and a half, though. We started in December of 2013. That was our first podcast. It's not available on iTunes, but our first one that we tried doing was in December of 2013.
Wow.
And now we are in March of 2013.
Yeah, it's March.
Oh, guys, this is a special episode. Episode 69, dude.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Always funny.
The jokes
Also
right
farts and poop.
themselves. Farts and poops. I have another pick. I picked The Bachelorette, or The Bachelorette, right? That's the one that is on right now? Where the girl and then all the guys. I've recently started watching it, and I used to be very condescending and snobby about it and acting like I was too smart, blah, blah, blah. But I've been watching it, and it's actually fascinating. Once you get over like all the hang-ups I have about like romantic love, it's actually just like a fun thing to watch. So my other pick is The Bachelorette. Hello?
I'm trying to think of something like biting to say about The Bachelorette, but I can't.
But it just doesn't matter. It's just like entertainment. I used to get like so emotionally offended about it, and now it's like professional sports. It's the same fucking shit as professional sports.
Right.
Except there's like no talent involved. But there is a sort of talent involved. You know, they have something that I don't have. That's for sure. The ability to like do that. I don't know what they're doing, but
Get brainwashed by producers and get drunk and make a spectacle of themselves on television.
Right. Kind of. I don't think I could do that.
You couldn't.
I wouldn't look very good in those dresses.
They would be like, your approach to this is way too reasonable.
Yeah.
On this show.
Right. I don't know. I think it's harmless entertainment.
Am I frozen?
No.
Oh.
We're just boring. Maybe because I'm
I
gonna
have a pick of the week.
Okay.
So I don't read as fast as you guys or as frequently, so this is probably a pick of the week I have used before. But I only read on Sundays when I'm taking the train down to class, and so that's why I'm still reading the same book, which I believe was a pick of the week in the past. But anyway, Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim by David Sedaris.
Yeah.
And so I was reading a chapter where he is talking about his mom, and in more ways than one I can relate to his mother, but in this way in particular, a lot of people tell me that I can talk to anyone. Like, people get frustrated because if I go to like a restaurant, I talk to like the people at the table next to me, or like even in the office, like when I'm leaving with coworkers to get coffee or something, I'll strike up conversation with like patients who are leaving the doctor's office across the hall and like talk to them the entire length out of the building. So I often get that feedback where people are like, it's so frustrating going places with you because you stop and talk to everyone. So in one of the chapters, he describes his mother that way, and he goes, she'll talk to anyone, and she won't even like talk to them about things that are relevant to them, right? Like, she'll like leave with the most random fact about them, and he's like, I often wondered if my mom went and visited Charles Manson, like she'd be leaving the prison saying, I had no idea he loved bamboo. Where the fuck did you get that from? So when I read that, I often like will not laugh if I read something, like unless it's kind of like when you watch a movie, you laugh more if people around you are laughing. So like it takes something very funny to make me laugh, especially if I'm on a crowded subway, and I just like lost it because like, that's totally something that I would say,
I had no idea he loved bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Sedaris is funny.
Shall we? Oh, Ben?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. We're falling off at the end of this episode.
Damn, big time.
Let's not force the listener to endure any more of our dead air.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
I thought it was good too. We started strong. We finished weak.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta tell you something, because it's something that I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but it was actually pretty scary. I for a few days now. So right downstairs from my bedroom window, like at the front of the building that I live in, a bird had set up a nest, and the eggs hatched or whatever, and she was kind of like raising them, and then they left the nest. So apparently birds never come back to a nest once they leave it, and another bird won't inhabit it or whatever. So I'm waiting for my landlord to take care of it and get rid of it, because it's actually like it's like they rooster-tailed in their nest. So behind the nest is like all bird shit, and it just looks gross. So anyway, my bedroom is right above that, and the other day, I want to say like a few days ago, I have my phone plugged in next to my bed, and I go to grab it in the morning, and I see the tiniest bug crawling across my phone screen, right? And I was like, oh, that's odd. Like, what is that? It just looked like it was like maybe like in a spider that had just hatched or whatever. So anyway, I like flick it off my phone, don't think about it again, right? go back home that night, and I have my iPad right next to my bed, and there's a couple of those bugs on my iPad. And I was like, what is this? So I like squash them, plug my phone in, go to bed, wake up the next morning, there's another one of those bugs walking across my phone. So now I'm panicked because I was like, are these fucking bed bugs? Like, what's their attraction to the phone or whatever? And then like my mind also wanders to like, are they dust mites? Because like, it could be dusty in my room. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is. So I'm literally in bed that night Googling like tiny bugs in a room, right? And I come across this article. Yeah, and so I come across an article on bird mites.
Oh.
And I'm literally laying in bed wondering if these things are like crawling all over me, and I'm just itchy thinking about it. And I'm reading about bird mites, and they say like if you have a recently formed nest or a recently departed nest, that mites will leave it and find their way towards like human body heat or whatever. And so just reading this whole thing, and it's like how they will infest your house and you'll never really get rid of them. And I'm just sitting there like in a panic, just like so fucking stressed out about it. And so I come to work yesterday and I'm just like, fuck, like I've got to get rid of everything. Like this is going to be such a fucking hassle. So anyway, I'm sitting at work and I'm like, let me find out more about this. And I do a quick like YouTube video search, and I said it was like bugs on a phone screen, and lo and behold, someone had uploaded bugs on a phone screen, and they actually no, it wasn't the phone screen. They put it on their keyboard, and so there were a ton of people who commented like, "Oh my god, I've had these on my electronic devices. They're these tiny white bugs." Anyway. Turns out they're called mold mites, and they come out of like the woodwork when it's humid or if it'd been raining a lot or whatever, and they don't like stick around. But it was just something that I like had no idea. Like I was like, how do I capture one of these? And, like, who do I take it to and be like, what is this thing, and why do I have so many of them? Anyway, they're gone now. Like all of us, I have not seen another one like since yesterday.
They're gone because you burned your house down?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my story.
Cool.
Well, I feel itchy.
Me too.
Love you guys.
Love you. Thanks for filibustering the end of the pod. Bye.
Can you just not upload the last 3 minutes?